Oh, yet again, good morning guys. It is very early and very bright. Well, actually it's not that early, it's like 7 o'clock. But today's a pretty exciting day because I wasn't anticipating this at all, but to cut a long story short, I was on Auto Trader, as always, and saw a Nissan GT-R 2013 with a full service history. Recaro edition or premium edition came up very cheap compared with everything else, and I checked it out, gave him a call because it was given in as Part X at a Land Rover dealership a couple of hours from my house. So I called him up and said, you know, why is it so cheap? It's Part X, I just want to flip it and get rid of it. So obviously gave someone a discount on a new Land Rover or Range Rover, whatever you decided to buy. But effectively it's a full service history 2013 GT-R, which is the latest edition launch control of 2.7 seconds to 60 for probably about £6 under any comparable vehicle on Auto Trader, and it's in a lovely spec. And I thought I might go and check it out. I've done some insurance quotes to drive it at the same time as the TT for the last few months of ownership with the TT, and it is going to completely clean me out, and my repayments on it are going to be absolutely sky high at the age of 21, and everything's just, it's just stupid. I'm doing the stupidest thing ever, but I'm trying to do it in the most sensible way possible via a low APR bank loan, and it's going to sting. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to probably lose a lot of weight because I'm not going to eat much from now on, but nonetheless, we're going to go and have a look. If it is good enough, of course, we may pick it up, but it has to meet all of my rigorous inspections to make sure it is good enough and has the required servicing. If it's in the right condition, you know, tyres and brakes and everything aren't completely worn away. And obviously I need to get it inspected as well, but hopefully it'll be in a condition that I consider is acceptable. Well guys, this is my first time in an R35 GT-R. Now I obviously don't want to hoot it at the moment, I just want to get a feel for what it's like on the road. Initial impressions are, direction wise, the steering is ridiculous. There is no messing around, there is no play in the middle. You're either going left or right, and there is no sort of play whatsoever. And if we drop down into the power band in a second, we can get our foot down. Oh my goodness, whoa. What I love more than the power is the noise that comes out the arse end of it. It's just ridiculous. Fucking hell. Jesus. That is absolutely obscene. I do understand what people mean when they say it feels a bit mechanical. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why anyone on earth would want that much power, but why the fuck not? Oh, I tell you what, you better have a damn clean license like I do buying one of these, because that is going to get you in a lot of trouble. This is Liam. He was the person I was emailing about the car. Now, while I might not want to say this in front of Liam, I can't imagine why you'd want to trade this in and get a Land Rover instead. Of course, maybe if you've got kids or anything, but I just strap in the back seats and tell them to shut up. It's ridiculous, it's really good fun to drive. I do understand what people mean by the fact it does feel a little sterile. It does just feel like a hunk of, a 2 ton hunk of metal with a lot of power. I don't feel particularly connected to the road. I mean, it is specific where you drive, don't get me wrong, but you can feel every bump as well, but you do feel like that. You can feel the weight of it. You really can feel the weight of the car, which isn't a problem because it feels incredibly ridiculous when you feel it pull like it does. But it is just a real experience and sort of an event. Already we've had one car beep at us and people just staring at us in this car. It attracts so much attention, and for a lot of people they'd say, I don't want attention, it's a bit of a stupid car. It's a bit of a stupid car in terms of that it's going to provoke people. It's a bit of a, but I want that. I like the attention. I am that douchebag that the whole aesthetic of the car fits, and the whole. I just think it's a miracle of engineering as well. When you look at the cross sections online of the transmission and how it all works, and admittedly, if anything went wrong with this vehicle, I would be biking it to work for a year to pay for any maintenance costs of any major parts if it's without the 3-month warranty, which would be a real shame. But from my current perspective right now, this thing is pretty immaculate. The car has been inspected by us and looks absolutely fantastic. Full service history, obviously some slight scrapes on the front bumper because it is so low off the ground, and the price was pretty unarguable really. One problem we have encountered is I've only got one key, and that problem means we're going to have to probably sort out a different lock system on it as soon as possible. So for that I've contacted Nissan, found out the price of the key and changing the locks, and had that discounted from the value of the vehicle. But hopefully the finance should go through today, because Halifax is pretty efficient, even though they're crazy enough to lend a 21-year-old the money to get a GTR. I've then got to sort my insurance out, which is nearly as expensive as my deposit on the car, because I'm only 21. And then after that we will have an R35 GTR, a supercar at the age of 21, which is just ridiculous. And in the meantime I'm still going to be using my Audi TT as a daily, and I've got a few months left with that before I hand that back, but I'll have both cars for a while, and I'm literally going to have to start eating nothing at all, and probably selling more hats just to pay for my food. But oh well, at least I'm going to lose some weight. It's insured, it's taxed, it's done, I'm destitute, and I've been showing all my mates it, of course, but I now have a 2013, which is the latest iteration of launch control, R35 GTR, 550 brake, and 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. It's the Recaro Premium Edition, which is ridiculous, and it's in virtually immaculate condition. But my mate Chris has arrived with his C63, which is heavily modified and sounds a lot better than the GTR does, of course. 6.3 litre V8, and hopefully we're going to have a cruise in that and see what that feels like to ride in, because the GTR is pretty sick as well, but this is also a dope car. So I quite like this C63, this is nice. But yeah, that's the thing, is I think this is much more usable as a daily car, because it's got in comfort mode, it actually is quite comfortable.
You'll never ever, there's no other C63 in the country that does this. This is a special map by MSL.
Okay.
That's it, owns MSL. Listen to the back of this.
Oh.
The back.
Yeah, that's a nice overrun on that, that's mad. I actually fit in these seats a bit better as well, I think.
You hear that shit?
Yeah, that's fucking, that overrun is absolutely unreal, man. Jesus.
That's a special map for me by a special person at MSL.
Oh, mate. Oh. Jesus. The thing is, honestly, is this in sport mode?
Sports Plus now.
So the suspension in the GTR, have you been in one?
Not recently, no. Not in that,
so the 13 and 14s have still got the original suspension, even though they've got all that extra power. Right. Even in comfort mode, it is absolutely unusable. My hands were numb from like vibrations driving it back up by the end of the driving stage. It's so hard. Honestly, if I'd never seen the car before, didn't know what it was, and someone told me the wheels were just bolted to the chassis, I wouldn't doubt it at all. Even in comfort mode, I would not doubt it. Mate, that's mad.
We'll tell her that.
Yeah, that is mental. I've got to say, I think the GTR pulls a fair bit harder than that.
I ain't gives a chance.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in 30 mile an hour zone.
Yeah, but you can actually afford this car. I can't actually drive the GTR anywhere, and you can actually daily this. Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm not even hitting like.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not,
yeah, I know. Yeah. This probably has more high end on it than mine does. Yeah.
I'll just take it out of manual. It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's nice. People prefer it. It sounds more depthy as a V8.
Yeah.
It's a depthy V8 sound. It's nice. It's nice. And this is what you want. You want best of both, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I honestly, you couldn't. As much as I was saying before I got a GTR, oh, I know it must have hard suspension. I know it's good this and that, and I think it's bollocks that you can't daily it. But now I've driven it 2 days. Yeah. I wouldn't dream of dailying it.
You can adjust that though, can't you?
Yeah, it's got the switches, but it's still it's not a daily drivable car at all. You've got a pigeon. Now, I know the content for this thing, for the pickup weekend, has been pretty damn scarce. I've actually given a lot of people lifts in it and, showed people the car. I've had a fantastic time with it, and I think because it's my first sort of real, it is a supercar. This is a supercar. This is my first real supercar. I've been so smitten with actually sorting it out and, all the paperwork and stuff at 21, organising your insurance and tax. It's just been a bit annoying. But, god damn, is it ridiculous. I know the content's been a bit scarce, but that's because I've just really been enjoying it, and I'm hoping when I get a bit more used to the car and you know how it bites you when you do put your foot down around the corner and stuff like that, it does, because it does. And people who say it hasn't got character, I see where you're coming from, especially if you've only driven it once and you're not pushing the car. It definitely does seem a little bit sterile from just a driving everyday perspective, and it is a heavy steering wheel. It is an involving, difficult experience. It's not just an easy walk in the park. You couldn't daily it because you have to have the energy and urge to drive it properly. But it's been a fantastic experience driving it over the last few days, and I can't wait to bring you more content with it and talk about it properly in terms of different things that I think are pros, the cons, the costs mainly. That's another one that you definitely need to know about. I know a lot of other people have done it, but I'm obviously going to do my personal ones and how I've managed to pay for this ridiculous weapon of a vehicle at 21. But TT is currently in for a service at the moment because it's leaking oil, which is a bit strange, and that's going to be a separate video in and of itself, but that's why it's not on the drive. Usually that will be there, and Dad's going to have to move his Merc back into the little gap over there, which is very courteous of him for the next couple of months, probably, assuming the TT comes back and is in good nick. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my brief and pretty badly documented collection of a GTR at the age of 21, but I assure you it has been a fantastic experience, and I'm very excited to sink my teeth into the car. Unfortunately, I'm away for work this week, so I'm not even going to see this thing for another 5+ days, which is going to be a bit of a depressing thing. But it does mean it gives me a motive to work hard this week, earn my money, and definitely have something to look forward to get back to next weekend. Also, initial reactions to fuel consumption: absurd, absolutely absurd. I've spent probably £60 of my own money driving it for 2 days, and it already had 50 quid's worth of fuel in the tank when I picked it up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest content, and also you can hit the notification bell below to stay even more up to date, because you get emails when new stuff comes out. And I'll see you very soon with more videos. Social media like Instagram and Twitter are down in the description below, and I'll see you guys very soon with more awesome content on the R35 and loads of other car events coming up. Peace.